In this video, we'll cover the March 2022 Visa Bulletin. As we do every single month, we'll talk about predictions, what's going to happen in the next few months, and all the things you need to know if you're going through the immigration process at the moment. So what are you waiting for? I'll see you on the other side. Hello everybody, and welcome back to our immigration channel. This is a place where we get the most up-to-date immigration news, immigration information, and everything else that you need to make your immigration journey less stressful. My name is Sapochnick, and I'm an immigration attorney located in San Diego, California, and I help clients in all 50 states. In this video, we're going to break down the March 2022 Visa Bulletin. We'll talk about what advanced, what didn't, and most importantly, some predictions for the next few months, because I know a lot of you are anxious, waiting for interviews, waiting for the Visa Bulletin to move. I'll do my best to provide a full analysis and the predictions that you need to know. But before that, if you're here for the first time, don't forget to subscribe to our immigration channel, click the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos, and also give us a big like so YouTube will be able to share this video with more people just like you. As you know, the Department of State publishes the Visa Bulletin every month, which summarizes the availability of immigrant visas for that particular month. The March 2022 Visa Bulletin does not show too much movement, but it does give us an indication as to what's going to happen in the next few months. Let's start with USCIS Visa Bulletin. Pursuant to guidance released by USCIS, if you're an F2A applicant, you can use the final action dates if you're filing for adjustment of status inside the United States. Final action dates chart is still current for F2A applicants. For all other family-sponsored applications, they have to use the dates of filing chart. USCIS further stated that for all employment-based applications, all except for EB5 categories must use the date for filing chart when filing adjustment of status applications inside the United States. So let's dive into the chart and start with employment-based categories first. By way of summary, if you look at the final action dates of the employment-based category chart, EB1 is current for all countries. India EB2 advanced by 4 months to May 1st, 2013, and China had no movement and remained at March 1st, 2019. All other countries remain current for the EB2 category for March 2022 Visa Bulletin. On the EB3 professional and skilled workers, EB3 India and China remain unchanged from the previous month. For category EB3 professionals and skilled workers, China and India remain unchanged at January 15, 2012 and March 22nd, 2018, respectively. All other countries in the EB3 categories remain current at this bulletin. For the EB5 categories, remains current for all other countries, and of course the EB5 Regional Center is still unavailable for March 2022 Visa Bulletin. The takeaway from this summary on the employment-based category is that little progress has been made in the March 2022 Visa Bulletin, especially if we compare this to last month's Visa Bulletin in February, where we've seen a lot of movement in quite a few of these categories. The notable takeaway for this Visa Bulletin is that the EB3 category for China and other workers has advanced by 1 month to July 1st, 2015, and EB4 El Salvador, Guatemala, and Honduras actually retrogressed by 2 years, which is quite significant. March Visa Bulletin also provides some unfortunate news for non-regional centers EB5 applicants. The Department of State's project that as early as April 2022, it will be necessary to establish a cutoff date for non-regional center EB5 applicants. It means that this category will no longer be available to applicants that were born in China that currently is still available. So just something to keep in mind. And also there may be a possibility for retrogression in the EB2 category, specifically for nationals of India, and this is something that we may see in the April Visa Bulletin. Also, USCIS just a few days ago is urging applicants to switch categories from EB3 to EB2 or EB1 if they're eligible. In a statement, USCIS said the following: overall, the employment-based annual limit for fiscal year 2022 is approximately twice as high as usual, which was approximately about 140,000. In addition, any visas not being used in the 5th employment-based categories being available in the 1st employment-based preference, and that's why they're encouraging people to make that transfer if they can. And the reason these visas are not being able to use in the 3rd preference in the EB3 category, these visas must be used for the 2nd preference category, EB2. Now let's talk about the family-sponsored chart. Now let's talk about the family-sponsored categories. Definitely not too much movement in the March 2022 Visa Bulletin, but let's go over the final action dates chart. Family-sponsored F1 category, the rest of the world, is currently at December 1st, 2014. No changes. China remains at December 1st, 2014. India is December 1st, 2014. Mexico is at September 8, 1999. And the Philippines remains at March 1st, 2012. Moving to the F2A category, it remains current for all countries in the March 2022 Visa Bulletin. The F2B category, rest of the world, is at September 22nd, 2015. China remains at September 22nd, 2015, just like India, September 22nd, 2015. Mexico is at September 1st, 2000, and the Philippines remains at October 22nd, 2011. F3 category, rest of the world, is at November 22nd, 2008. China is at November 22nd, 2008. And India is also at November 22nd, 2008. Mexico remains at September 15, 1997, and the Philippines is at June 8, 2002. And finally, F4 category, not much movement here. Rest of the world is March 22nd, 2007. China is March 22nd, 2007. India is at September 15, 2005. Mexico remains at April 22nd, 1999. And the Philippines is at August 22nd, 2002. To understand where this trend is going, we have to understand the impact of President Biden's rescission of Proclamation 10014. As you know, in February of this year, President Biden decided to rescind Proclamation 10014, essentially lifting the ban on issuing visas at consulates and embassies worldwide. As you know, quite a few embassies and consulates were suspending visa issuance because of these proclamations. And so while the restrictions to issue visas are lifted right now, embassies and consulates worldwide are still at capacity to issue visas. That's why a lot of embassies and consulates are still behind with issuing visas, despite the fact that they are now authorized to do so, or have the capacity or the ability to come back to normal processing in the moment. And while most embassies have the discretion to issue visas as they see fit, they're still struggling with the backlog, and therefore they're not able to come back to normal operations. And we can see that reflected in the Visa Bulletin every single month. So as you can see, the current trend is that the government is trying to push applicants to try to use the unused employment-based visas to try to maximize that as much as possible. At the same time, there is definitely some pressure on embassies and consulates worldwide to resume operations, to try to make more efforts so they can start pushing the processing of family-based visas in a more efficient way and hopefully catch up to speed in the next year or so. It's definitely going to take at least a year for us to see some movement or some progress on family-based categories processing. So hopefully this information was helpful. Once again, if you need my assistance, you can always text me here, 619-483-4549. I'm here to help you with anything you need. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.